My losing streak continues. How I failed to get cast in Miami Vice for the second time in 41 years. Now, when I heard they were rebooting Miami Vice 85, starring Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler, I did what any reasonable 60-something man with a closet full of pastel linen blazers would do. I called my agent. I have an agent? I asked myself rhetorically, standing in front of a mirror, practicing the Crockett squint. No, I do not have an agent. I have a nephew who does social media for a chiropractor. Close enough. You see, I auditioned for the original Miami Vice back in 1984. I did not get that part. The casting director said, and I'm quoting from the thank you but no thank you postcard that I still have laminated in my wallet, that I had the energy of a man who sells above ground pools. She meant it as a compliment, I think. But I was undeterred. See, I had a plan for Miami Vice 85, a pitch so airtight, so economically sensible, so deeply attuned to the realities of the modern streaming economy, that Universal would have no choice but to cast me in a speaking role, possibly a lead, probably a lead. My pitch was simple. I can save this production a fortune. Listen, I told the 22-year-old development assistant who I cornered at a Panera. I still have my original double-breasted, tropical-colored Calvin Klein suits from my 1985 audition. The salmon one, the seafoam one, the one that people call the color of a migraine. See, they still fit, sort of, mostly, if I don't sit down or inhale. She sipped her soup. I pressed on. The old Hollywood is over. The days of Don Johnson getting a cigarette boat and a pet alligator written into his contract, forget it. The days of the original Miami Vice buying so many boats for the show that they started handing the extras out on Oprah, gone. You get a boat, 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 everybody gets a boat. That era is dead. I don't think Oprah, she started. Well, I interrupted. It's all about savings now, I said. Austerity, streaming margins. I will show up with my own wardrobe, my own stubble, and my own 1987 Ford Thunderbird, which I will personally bring to set. I am a one-man below-the-line budget reduction. She blocked me on LinkedIn before I got to the parking lot. Anyway, I tried again through other channels. I sent a videotape, an actual VHS tape from the old days because I wanted them to feel the era. To Joseph Kosinski's production company, I performed a monologue I wrote myself in which a grizzled detective, now get this, named Sonny Croquetta, explains to his partner that the real crime in Miami is the price of street parking. I wore a blazer with the sleeves pushed up. I wore loafers without socks, which, now I understand is a medical mistake, if not a visual mistake at my age. I heard nothing back, but I did get a very stern letter from an attorney explaining that Sonny Croquetta was not a character and that I should stop mailing things. At this point, a lesser man would have given up, but let's be honest, I am not a lesser man. I am a man with 41 years of rejection experience and a garage full of pastel outerwear. So I'm pivoting. If Miami Vice 85 won't have me, I'm warming up for the inevitable follow-up, Miami Vice Facebook, set in 2007, wherein Crockett and Tubbs infiltrate a drug ring through a series of poorly lit selfies and passive-aggressive status updates. Sonny is feeling conflicted. I have already purchased the bootcut jeans and the live, laugh, love sign for Crockett's apartment. My audition monologue is just me reading aloud from a Farmville notification. After that, Miami Vice, the podcast era, 2015, in which the boys go undercover at a wellness retreat and nobody gets arrested because everyone is on a cleanse. I've got the Patagonia vest. I've got the AirPods. I've got a fake podcast called Two Cops, One Mic that I will plug relentlessly in interviews that I have, not been invited to give. And if all else fails, I'm pitching Miami Vice Silver Sneakers. Crockett and Tubbs come out of retirement to bust a pickleball-based money laundering operation at the Villages. The tagline is, the only thing they're chasing now is the early bird special. I am frankly perfect for this one, guys. I already live there in spirit. In spirit. So no, I didn't get cast in Miami Vice 85. Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler will be just fine without me. Oscars and all that, good for them, wonderful. I'm not bitter. But if any of them need a salmon-colored, double-breasted, 48 regular, slightly tapered to allow for some extra, punch, with a mysterious stain on the left lapel that I've been telling people for 40 years is probably just mango, well, I'm in the book.